possession Oregon had, it seemed like they were going up and down the field. So,
and down he goes back at the 3.
And you can tell this offense wanted to create a little bit of space being backed up, but how about the D? Coming out firing on all cylinders, getting the sack on the very first play.
The Beavers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Using his legs, hits out. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
And the Beavers will line up to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. He'll try to field the punt to see if he can give his offense better field position. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. So the Oregon Ducks offense will go to work for the first time today. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. It wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. I feel comfortable seeing it last week. I mean, that field was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls.
No, ball's loose. Returns the fumble, and he's still going. I don't know if it was luck or... We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Gets it out quickly. Breaks it to the open. Got some room in under the goal line. Touchdown, Oregon. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now they can be more productive this time around. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that.
Looking for a man. It's Maddox. Oh, they're after him. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The Beavers will punt this one away.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on for just a split second longer. They were able to get the sack.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. Looking for space. It's Kelly. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. It's complete to the right. Oh, he's got some space. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense to get through.
And they'll get him down inside the 5, and this offense powering toward a score. And the Ducks have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Makes the grab on the left. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Ducks! On to attempt the try.
That you can just throw it up to, let them make plays, make it look like run, all the big boys on the field, slip that tight end out, find him, they'll do the rest.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Beavers hit it quickly to the line.
This offense has got to get this thing going, man. Nowhere to go. Where do you want the running back to go? He gets tackled for a loss. Offensive line has to block better. They got to create some holes. They've gone nowhere. Several drives, no points. They need something to go right for this offense.
To the air, it's Maddox. With the catch, it's Diaz. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there at the 35.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
It seems as if this old feud has been going on since Lewis and Clark set the foundation for the Oregon Trail. They've been playing since 1894, guys.
Game's been played for a long time, a lot on the line in the state of Oregon. Bragging rights just for a whole year.
I feel like it's one of the rivalries in college football that maybe a lot of people don't talk about or really know about. But if you've ever been around this game and you know...
What a play by this defense. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Oregon. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Looking downfield on 1st down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is This has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Here comes the heat. Took a shot as he threw. And the third down pass is incomplete. And the Beavers will call on their punt team.
Not a lot of good plays for third in California, so you're just trying to get a completion and help out your punter, but they can't even get that executed.
No fair catches here, looking for room. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They could not have drawn up a better start than this. Inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the 1st down? And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. The play will stand. What a first quarter for this offense. A chance to score again on 1st and goal. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about.
Offside, defense.
Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on. The defense declined, and the touchdown stands. And the extra point makes it 28-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Here we go. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. And the pressure is going to get to him, and down he goes, and that's how the first quarter will end. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they...
Turning it on! Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Pocket breaking down. Wide open downfield. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you loved playing on teams with great offenses.
Looking to throw on first down. Dances away. He'll pull it down. He's guided out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback.
Big guy tries to barrel in. Touchdown Ducks! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. This dude is revving his engine like that duck coming out on a motorcycle. He is putting up points and finding the promised land.
And it's nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, they just keep finding at Oregon as trigger men, not only throw the football, but guys who can pick them up and put them down and make big plays.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. He stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying it and have had very little success. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll leave it with it. Out of the crowd, he's got room. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
The Beavers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And here comes the punt team. That leg is staying loose. Already the 5th kick of the night. Wants to return it. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. From the gun, the running back looking for room. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching.
There he goes. And he'll be brought down.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting second, 5 yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
Under fire. Got his man. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
To the air on first down. Makes the grab. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
At the pace this guy's going at right now, this could be a record-setting type day. This could be a game for the ages for this dude. He already has 2 touchdowns, picks up that first down. This is still the first half, guys. What is this guy capable of doing the rest of the game? We're going to find out.
They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give him a first down. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a man. Fires on the move. Complete to the right. Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And man, the defense really offense before the half, but the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Dropping back, it's Maddox. Got his man on the right. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Beavers in a good spot here with second and short. Back to pass. It's complete. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. The offense will quickly use a timeout. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Wants to throw on first down. Lets it fly on the move. Makes the catch up to 20. On the ball. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Rushes on him. Hit as he throws. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And this is why this team is losing this game. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times. Almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And it's third down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. Didn't make them sweat at all. It's good. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He's got great speed. Got a little room. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, some real edge-of-your-seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go here between the Ducks and Beavers. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Oregon and Oregon State plays out.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
Here's the thing. Not a great run, but the offense has scored a ton of points. They haven't necessarily needed to have a strong running game in this one. Their quarterback right now is just playing lights out, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd get back to throwing the ball.
The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
The offense changing the play. On third down, he drops to throw. They're working that left side.
A lot of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Looking downfield on first down. Firing to the right, complete. Breaks into the open. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football.
Gashes them in the middle. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
It's a draw. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Dances away to buy time. Fires on the move. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what he needed.
Don't want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to load that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play.
Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Zings it complete to the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
They are just too physical, they're too fast, and they force a negative play.
And defensive front with a stone wall on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. Touchdown Ducks! Fitted in the window for the score. It's as if the Duck has hopped on that motorcycle and is revving the engine, and Oregon is threatening to drive away.
And Oregon's a team that, man, when they get it going, a lot of times they're just so hard to stop. The swag gets rolled. The uniform always looks good, but Oregon State's going to have to find something in this rivalry.
They need a big play, and they need it right now. The Beavers need to be able to slow down this runaway train that is the Oregon Ducks right now.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Harvin. Throwing right. He's got it. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious. Time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
Setting up for Green. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a some confusion. He lobs one high down the left side. Snags it. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Pass interference, defense.
The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone.
Here we go.
Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
I think coming into this season, they thought in order to have success, we have got to be able to run the ball and get this guy going. He hasn't scored yet this year, but a golden opportunity right now to finally break the seal.
Trying to punch it in. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Finds his big tight end. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to Pater.
Well, after that completion, it's decision time now. 4th down here close to the goal line. You're down a couple scores in the 4th quarter. You could just kick an easy field goal, take the points, but then you've got to rely on your defense to get you the football back to give you an opportunity to win this game.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Beaver!
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. That's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. So dangerous, the excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time.
9 Philly.
Running back searching for a hole. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game, offense.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. And here comes the offense on 2nd down.
Spider.
Looking to fire. Puts it out of the air. Oh, he's got some space. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with the lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Working that left side now. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That 1st down now tells me Now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, and get out of here with the ball.
Didn't get much done on that, Ryan. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound.
Got it.
Working well behind the sticks on second down.
Check. Lasso.
They'll go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as they got the ball. This third and long. It's complete on the right side.
And at some point for the defense, I'm just thinking, hey, man, like, it's got to be somebody else. I mean, the big tight end has made play after play after play today. And we know if it gets close in the fourth quarter, they're going to look his way, so the defense really needs to have a plan.
They'll give it to the back. Tough, determined run gets it down to the 12.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
If there's time to pad the stats. It's complete to the left. And that's how you finish it off. Scoring on the final play of the game doesn't affect the outcome. Just a little cherry on top of the sundae. So as they've done so many times